Hi, everybody. I got this really cool jars and stuff from Goodwill, and I'm going to change them out. And I found this one lady that she does some of this really cool stuff, and my daughter's going to link it down below. It is Rural Refurb. She's from England, and she does such a great job, and I thought I would try the same stuff. So as you can see, I'm using plaster of Paris and some water, and I'm going to make like a thick consistency to put over this. She uses all these little herbs, which I think is pretty cool, gives it some color. So I've got some crushed red pepper, some cinnamon. I did spray paint these black, as you can see, because it makes it a little more easier for the plaster to grab onto it. And I am outside, so I'm not making a mess in my kitchen. But I am just pouring the plaster of Paris into a plastic container with some water, and I've got a stick that I'm using just to mix it with. It does get really, really thick, so you can add more water, and it does dry pretty quick. So you need to probably just do it quickly as possible. It's not like it's going to be a perfect piece, but it's going to be your piece. As you can see, it's getting really thick. Now, I've got rubber gloves. This is the picture, the brown picture that you saw at first, and I painted it with some spray paint, just a matte black finish. I'm now just going to cover it with this plaster. And it's kind of fun to do this because you're not there to make it perfect. You're there just to make it your own. I'm going to add some crushed peppers. And even when you add the cinnamon, it's got a really nice cinnamon smell to it. So you want to add it while it's still wet. And you do have to be quick because it does dry pretty quickly. You can add more water, but it will get a little lumpy. So I would suggest just doing it quickly. I really love the way these turned out. I did quite a few of them in different forms and the same texture on all of them. And you just want to pat it in so it doesn't fall off. And you could, if you don't have the plaster of Paris or any sort of compound, you could use like a spackle. I know they have this pink spackle that when it's completely dry, it turns white. I already had this plaster of Paris, so I just used what I had. Again, you could just see me patting some of these like crushed peppers on there and the cinnamon. And it does turn darker once it dries. And if you had to, you could mix them both together too. This was almost like a oblong bowl. And I also used this same technique for this. And it wasn't very pretty to begin with, but I love the way it turned out at the end. And again, I'm using the same plaster of Paris. I was trying to use all the stuff that I had so I didn't have to buy anything else. So I'm going to use this mixture on the inside and the outside. So it's going to be completely covered with this plaster of Paris. And I let that part dry. And there it is. This is right before it dries completely. It does dry to a darkened piece. There is the picture. Now this one of my kids, I think, broke it and didn't tell me. It was a beautiful, like shimmery silver lamp, and I really liked it. And as you can see, I have this other one that I really don't like that was here at the house when I bought it. And I got this one also at Goodwill, the white one. So I'm going to do the same technique, except I'm going to add dirt to this one. It's going to be the same technique with the same items, except for the dirt that I'm going to add to it. And this particular lamp, when they broke it, it has a piece missing. So I'm going to try to fix that piece with the plaster and fill it in so you don't see that hole anymore. But like I said, I love this lamp. It works, and I love the way it turned out at the end. I have it sitting in my living room, so I did enjoy doing this and fixing it so that I could use it again. And it's always better to try to fix some of the things if you can. That way you're not filling up the landfills when you can reuse something that you already have. I started out with a putty knife to try to fix that one hole, and I had to sort of just make it thick and piece it together. And I did, when I did use the plaster of Paris, I did leave some of the sparkles, so the sparkles you could see it through some of the plaster. And especially when you turn the light on, it turns out really pretty. As you can see right there where I let some of that sparkle stay in there. And now I'm going to pat some of that. It's just soil that we use with our plants. You can use soil from outside. I already had this potting soil that my daughter had been doing in her garden, so I just used what I had. But you could use your dirt from your backyard too. I thought this vase that I had was a pretty cool one because it had like all these indentations in it. So I wanted to see how this would turn out just for a different type of texture. Like I said, you could just pat the dirt onto it once you put the plaster down. And I always think whenever you're doing a DIY, it's very therapeutic, sort of like get your mind off of your everyday woes, and then you're making something for your home decor that you can be proud of, and also you can give these away as gifts. And the reason I keep using the plaster of Paris and making a little bit at a time, it's because it dries really hard fast. So if you made a big thing of it, I think a lot of it would harden and you'd waste a lot of that product. So I just do a little bit at a time. That way you don't waste it. But I love the way the lamp turned out. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite pieces. So this is the last piece. Look, isn't this gorgeous? I love the way it turned out. I fixed that little piece so it's not broken anymore. I'm going to turn the light on so you can see it. Look how pretty that is. I love the way it turned out. Now I did spray it with hairspray or a matte clear finish so that some of the items like the crushed peppers and the dirt wouldn't fall off. So as you can see, some of it fell off, and then after that I decided to spray it with a matte clear finish, or you can even use hairspray. But isn't that pretty? And there's the little vase. And there's the other vase that had the lid with it. And I thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share it with your family and friends, hit the like button and the notification bell so that you'll know the next time we're on. Take care. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.